What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle. The link will be in the description box below. As usual, go get it. PayPal link there. Also, they asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. Boy, you lucky, George. I just got to do the video. The video is entitled Fathers Are Definitely Needed. When we look in society, y'all just rock with me, you know. When we look into society, you know, it used to be this stereotype that, you know, fathers are aloof, or fathers, they put that on TV and in the media and whatnot, but that fathers aren't necessarily necessary, you know. It had women saying things like, I'm the mother and the father. And what you're seeing, and I was on Instagram, and there was his brother at the University of Tulsa, and he was just so glad his father was there to watch him. He had the game-winning shot, and the guy was at the press conference crying because it was special to him. And this is a thing that we don't talk about, is that, you know, fathers are important to the children. Forget what these mothers say, what they think these kids don't need. These kids need and want their fathers. They want their fathers to be proud of them. They want their fathers to encourage them. They want their fathers to discipline them and give them structure. You know, they want their father to tell them what's right and what's wrong. You know, they want their father to want the best for them. You know, so this idea that these fathers aren't necessary, or everybody or mother knows best, is ridiculous. You know, I'm not saying mothers aren't important, because they very much so are. But at the same time, you know, let's not act like fathers aren't equally as important. You know, when you talk about these young girls out here, or young women out here, you know, having that old statement, they out here dating the wrong men because they looking for a daddy. That's because their father's important. They wouldn't be looking for a daddy if they had a dad. Oh shit! I don't think y'all understand that this is the song. I should challenge you right now, George. But whatever. What goes on in this situation is, you know, when people go to family court, they act like these kids just need a mother. And when you think about the extreme cases of things like school shootings, they blame that on the father not being involved. And this was asinine, is you don't hear people telling mothers that they gotta fight to be a mother to their children, but you want fathers to fight to be a father to their kids. And the problem with that is it's a double-edged sword, because if fathers fight, like, I gotta put it out there again, if a father fights a mother to be a father, then he becomes a threat to the mother's safety, which all of a sudden he becomes a threat to the kids. So this fight is a setup. But these fathers are important. What winds up happening is the nuances of life that children don't understand go through the fathers. You know, the work ethic goes through the father normally. Because what you see about these young men and women who have this yearn to provide for mothers is because their mother can't provide. She's not supposed to be a quote-unquote provider like that. And I'm not saying women can't provide, but what I'm saying is they don't have the same amount of work ethic as men, whether you like it or not. You know, they won't work the same long hours. Women don't have the same amount of energy, whether to put in 10, 12-hour days of labor that is taxing on your body and mind, or your mind and body, however you want to look at it, and then come home and also set the tone to make sure you understand, if you want things out of life, you're going to have to work for them, and to be involved like that. Fathers are the people who normally introduce children to culture, whether y'all like to admit it or not. You know, your first opportunity, your first game, your first wrestling match. You know, ironically, you know, if you monster trucks, because kids like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The vacations are normally, you know, to the or the trips to certain places. People think about like daycares and schools or field trips, but fathers usually take you to those events that you couldn't necessarily go. The festivals and this, that, and the third, like the things that like, wow, your greatest memories were tied to what fathers brought you to. And as a father, I can say this because, ironically, even though I have issues with my son's mother, the things that I do with my son, she tries to emulate and imitate those things as to like competing. I could do it too, and I could do it better than him, type of thing. And it's silly because she, if she wants to do it the best, but she doesn't think like that. But that's just my own personal situation. But I know other guys have different situations where, fathers, teach you, the barbecue. Like mom teach you how to cook, dad teach you how to barbecue. My son's mother bought a home last year, and she didn't know how to cut the grass. And my son's 13, and he was like, "Oh, I know how to do that." And he was like, "How you know how to do that?" I was like, "My dad been taught me that." Like, so the teaching things, just the small things, unclogging a sink or a toilet, that type of stuff. Like, my son knows these things because I taught him these things early. He couldn't change the tire because he's really too weak, but stuff like that. He knows how to do it though. Fathers are important when they teach the daughters how to vet men and choose men and to be careful of their surroundings. That comes from dads. How I can tell you either a woman's been around their father and their father's protection, or something happened and they started thinking like a father. When you go out to a bar and a woman puts a napkin over her drink, you know what I'm saying? Or if she don't see it, if she don't see the drink, she not taking it from you. If she don't really know you, if she don't know you, you get what I'm saying? That type of stuff. So it's that type of stuff. The idea of what a man is and how to communicate with men and how to understand men. It comes from a father. The idea of, these fathers are needed because when these young men think they could just go out in public and talk to guys any kind of way, whether they're in their same age group or older or younger, the fathers instill, hey, somebody gonna get at you if you think you could just go around pushing people around, because that ain't gonna end well. Because these kids got fathers in their lives who tell them you're not gonna be pushed around, you're not gonna be bullied. You know what I mean? So that's part of the issue, right? Where fathers are involved. Fathers are necessary when these women come together and they say things like, we got this, and then 2, 5, 10 years later they come back, we don't got this. And it's like, well, that's because you thought you had it because being a mother made you think that you was, the end all be all of a parent. But these fathers are important because these fathers see things that these mothers don't see. That's the same thing when a mother has a daughter and she's like, you don't see what's coming. I see what's coming because she's a woman, right? The fathers are the same way with the sons. I see what's coming. I know what they're going to deal with. And fathers more so understand not just sons, but the world that their sons and daughters are going to deal with. So they know certain ideologies and certain tactics are not going to go over well in the world. This is why fathers are necessary. It's not just about money. And some of you people who want these guys to jump through hoops to be a father, and you wonder why they're not jumping through hoops, because it's their God. Being a parent when it happened is a God-given right. So when you get human beings want to take away a person's God-given right, you create an enemy. So you really think this guy is going to be around you while you're trying to dictate to him his God-given right while you want to exercise yours as a parent? It is asinine and ridiculous. It's completely hypocritical and arrogant. Okay, but these fathers are necessary. And then you see these people as adults and young adults yearning for their fathers, yearning to get to know them. There are so many people in their 20s and 30s and even 40s who are actually finally getting a healthy relationship with their father because of all the shenanigans of this belief system that fathers aren't important. So guess what? When these kids are in their 20s and their 30s and even in their 40s and their father's important, their father has always been important to them. It's just this societal and feminist type of parenting that made people believe that it wasn't. But, just like Rasheed Wallace said, ball don't lie, kids don't lie, no matter how old they become. So don't think these fathers aren't important, because fathers are very much so important. So I'm done with this one. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.